Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
That is HUNTZ.
You can hunt.
Oh, have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
And good morning and welcome back to another curated top 10 for Steemhunt for the 16th of July 2018. Here's the top 10 for today. First one today is Indiegogo product solar paper 5 watt. Kind of like this because it fits inside. I think the whole purpose of this is to show you how thin and light this solar panel is, to the fact that you could probably put it inside of a book. It's a really nice device. I'm just hoping that the build quality is there. It looks like it is. 150 bucks is not a heck of a lot of money, especially when you consider how condensed and size this is. A little bit bigger than an iPhone. Will full charge an iPhone after like 2.5 hours of sunshine, which is pretty damn good. That tells me that the actual panel's pretty damn good. On a sunny day, it takes 2 to 2.5 hours to fully charge a smartphone. Solar paper 7.5 watt, 2 hours, and then they do a 15 watt on a sunny day, 4.5 hours to fully charge an iPad. Now, if you're working somewhere, co-working somewhere, that $350 solar panel, 15 watt, that pretty much you can spend half a day in a co-working spot from relatively early morning, 9 o'clock till say just after lunchtime. Work all morning, charge all your devices, go out in the afternoon, shoot all your media on your GoPro and your video and stuff, and then be back at your hotel or Airbnb or wherever you are to charge it up, and basically have battery power all day long, not having to worry about finding battery points or anything like that. Heartily recommend solar panels, especially now because the solar panels are getting cheaper and they're getting more effective. Next up is Timeshifter. This is a really interesting app. Jet lag is history. Eliminate jet lag and arrive ready. Beautiful UI on this. Very, very minimalistic. Love anything where the UI UX is really slick, because it gives me confidence in the app's ability to give me something of value. Whenever I come across an ugly app, it instantly turns me off to the app. And it could be the best app in the world, but if your UI is shit, I'm not going to use it. You are unique, and so is your jet lag. Generic jet lag advice is well generic. It won't reduce your jet lag and can actually make it worse. Each travel and trip is different. So what this does, it gives you a breakdown on sleep pan, chronotype, flight plan, and a plan, and a range of personal preferences into the account. So this is not loading on my site for some reason. I have just changed to a different VPN right now. I feel like I'm getting traffic shaped a little bit recently by my ISP. I'm not sure why that is. Turn advanced science into simple advice. See bright light and avoid caffeine. Simple as taking small actions at specific times. That alone is the reason why I would download this app. Simple as taking small actions at specific times. I think that's the biggest key that we have in our pocket right now, is not only do we have a supercomputer, but we have this thing that we're constantly looking at, getting notifications from. Link that to your watch and all of a sudden you've got this really like dynamic system to help you with that stuff. Practicality, filters, adjust advice to the real world. All the features you really need. Advice notifications, quick turnaround, offline experience, intuitive 3-hour view, pre-travel adjustment. This is going to end up being how applications work in the next couple of years, and they're going to be linked to blockchains. So they're going to incentivize you to be healthy, incentivize you to use your time in a good manner, incentivize you to rent out the things that you own, like your car or your house. It's going to be an interesting time to be a digital empowered human being in the next couple of years. Next up is in Pyrrha world. First, truly decentralized memorts entirely based on blockchain. The reason why I threw this one up here is that I'm fascinated about the junction between gaming and blockchains, because we have a massive audience development now. We have a massive amount of people who are streamers, streaming, YouTube, Twitch, loads of different platforms, DLive, and this is the natural place for gaming to go, is to have a super fast blockchain behind it. Maybe it might be a DAG, it might be EOS, it could be any of these, scalable transactions per second blockchains that can pump through. Whoever's got the fastest chain is going to win. I don't know if this game is actually going to make it out. Here's my issue right now, is because ICOs have had such a bad run over the last year or two, and because a lot of them have either fell apart. I've seen ones that I've actually thought that's an amazing product, amazing website, amazing team, and then they've ended up getting like stupid amounts of money, like 50 to 100 million, and then somebody's run off with the money, or it's collapsed because XYZ. And it's all very well having a flashy website, it's all very well having a flashy video, it's all very well raising so much Ethereum. In the real world, you have to actually deliver on that product, and I don't see enough storytelling going on a daily basis. When you're dealing with this amount of money, I want to be able to see content on a daily basis to see how you're progressing this, how you're moving this on. We can't keep on doing the same model that we've been doing for years, where we have like presidents and prime ministers in office for like 4 years and give them so much time to then eventually not deliver anything. Brexit. You know, like we need to not only shout from the rooftops about how flexible, how easy blockchain is, but also we need to put ethics into this equation as well. And that's why I put this up, because I love it. I love what it's trying to achieve with this game. You know, user generated smart contracts that form empires. Like there's a lot of psychological like content going on in this. I really love that. All game resources are ERC20 tokens, decentralized organization. The premise of this sounds incredible. Like, I would love to see from these guys a MVP product, and then they take the money for the ICO to build it out. Because what tends to happen is that you end up with like ICOs that run for a couple of years, then they get the money, and you don't see anything for 2 years. It's like giving money to a Kickstarter that you hope's going to turn up, and then you forget about it for 2 years, and then it turns up and it's a piece of crud. I've had so many little bits of software and hardware from Kickstarter like 5 years ago that were just below par, subpar, because they've lost their initial passion for it. You know, they started off with an idea, they came up with a concept, they went to China, they had it made, then they had production problems, then they didn't realize there was an additional cost for delivery to 200,000 people, and then it fell apart. So we can't keep on recreating these problems, right? So I'd like to see these make a MVP product first, and then use that money in a smart way, storytelling how that money is being used, who's getting paid for what, how much the development time is going to take up. I mean, the artwork looks incredible, but like I can go onto Upwork or to Fiverr or a bunch of places, find an incredible artist and pull this video together and do a voiceover myself. And if I spend 3 months on it, I can do it so it sounds like the best thing ever, and you're going to give me money because you want it to be realized. But they have to be realized. I just hope this is the case. Next up, this is called the Furies. Either way, it's a cool looking acrylic bike, fashion nice piece of wood with an aluminium chair in there with a nice piece of leather seat that's going to absolutely hurt my backside. Smart looking handlebars. It's basically ostentatious biking at the nth degree. This is the stuff that you have in your hallway of a really flash, bunker proof, nuclear proof house that you've managed to acquire from being an architect or a doctor or some high level person who's making a lot of money. Represents a new way of interpreting a fitness accessory. Alright, already it's pretentious, but it looks the business. From a style design point of view, from a photography point of view, beautifully shot, elegant lines, beautiful like styling, I can't deny that. It's a flash looking, super designed bike for people who have got infinite amounts of money. From my perspective, that's what it looks like. I don't know if it tells you how much this thing is, but that wood alone in the middle, the way that that's fashioned, it is a beautiful piece of machinery. And no doubt, you know, I automatically knew already before I got 3/4 of the way down that it's from Italy. It has to be from Italy, so it's probably not cheap. Next up is a Steemhunt called Steemhunt. Steemhunt, I think he's Polish, I'm not sure, but he's making some awesome tools. Then I just come across this, and originally the one I'd seen similar to this was in DEEEZ. DEEEZ were doing some kind of DEEEZ Labs, which I've not looked into recently, so I don't know if they're still doing the same thing. But this has got a TTS, so like a text to speech, and then you can put in your username, and there's custom upload MP3s, custom upload GIFs to basically play overlays and OBS to make your live stream a little bit more interesting. What I really liked about this, I thought was smart, is he's got a whole section here if you want to be an elite user. Now, the way he's gone about being an elite user is incredibly smart, because he's asking for a Steam delegation from your account based on certain things. So if you want a custom GIF, then it's 100 SP to delegate, or 50 SPD. If you want to have a custom GIF and MP3, 500 SP delegation, or 250 SPD. So super smart in terms of not only building up his Steam profile and getting a bit of money, but he's programmed something which creates him a little residual income stream, which I think is very smart. Next up, Steam Smarter, going from one smart to another smart. Love the design on this. Steam Smarter, helping you make sense of Steam. Anything that helps people with making sense of Steam is good in my book. It's an analytics service that tracks and reports trending activity. Beautifully well designed site. It looks like a bunch of people have got together and gone, the communications of Steam could be better. This is very similar, I think, to that project that's coming out of New York, which I can't think of right now, but they it's a great project. Well, I can see the logo, but I can't see the name of the project in my head. It'll come back to me. So what they've done is they've approached this from a, you know, usual website, clean website perspective of like, how do we communicate how powerful Steam is and what you can get from it. And they've built a whole stack on Ruby using the Steam API. So they're collecting loads of data points, they're collecting all the trending tags and a bunch of user accounts, and then they're using their analytics tool to capture, evaluate and visualize public data. And the data, the graphics and the data looks beautiful. I will say that, and I think that's the most important thing, because some people can come to Steam it and go, this looks super scammy, like this looks like some kind of pyramid scheme, I'm not interested, it's not even Web 2.0, it doesn't look like Facebook, doesn't look like Twitter. And so instantly I think it turns a lot of people off, even though we do have 1 million users on there, although I wouldn't say that we have 1 million active users. So the first thing for me is that I trust the Steemian who posted this. I think it was Crypto, I was going to say cryptocurrency, Chrono Crypto. And I love the imagery. I love what they're trying to do with the imagery and the analytics and the layout. So I would love to get in on this. I would love to get in on this and see how I can be part of this. I've already followed all 3 of these people this morning. Patricia, by the way, your website is down. The Steam Smarter team plans to play a key role at the leading edge of blockchain-based social media 3.0. Yeah, that's the only bit of this that I kind of like. I feel like it's almost like putting back the middlemen into something. Like, we want to shape what social media 3.0 looks like, when really all of that stuff is over for me when it comes to decentralization. It's no longer about being the providers or the provisioners of the next wave of the dot something. I feel like decentralized moves away from that centralized approach of we're going to have a normal iteration. I think the iteration now is the blockchain technology and the speed of delivery of that. Anyway, next up, Macari. This is Macari, the selling app. Sell or buy almost anything. I hate eBay. eBay is the devil. We need a decentralized version of eBay. If you've not seen Pyrrha before, Pyrrha is made by Steamrolling, a user on the Steam blockchain who I've done some work with before on OBS and a few other things. He did a project about a year or 2 ago where you can sell stuff and get paid in Steam. You should definitely look at that. This is a bit more of a normalized one, usual monies like dollars and cents and fiat, but it looks a lot better than eBay. I don't know if it's got the traffic and the volume that eBay has got, which is always the biggest problem. They've always got the first mover advantage, but anything that changes the UI and the UX of the experience of buying and sell like secondhand stuff, in my eyes, it's got to be worth a shot. Last 3 today then, MicMe wireless recorder. So I've heard about the MicMe years ago. I don't know if they've just invented a new version of it, or if they've scaled it down in some way, or if they've changed the capsule. But it's a great little device where you can do everything all in one. Instead of having a phone and a recorder and another app, it's all in one. So if you want to grab some really high quality audio really quickly, you can just press one button on the top and it's recording, and off you go. You can even get a little output from it to your phone and live stream, but use the audio from this MicMe rather than your phone. This is much better quality, higher quality than your mobile phone. Even though on the 7 and 8, iPhone 7 and 8 and some of the latest Android phones, they're quite good HD quality, it's not quite the same as having like a capsule studio grade device like this. And they've seemingly brought the price down. Like to get the MicMe Silver, the delivery on this is November, $200. It was $300, they brought it down to $200. I think that's super reasonable, and I do like that little form factor. If you are a podcaster or a video blogger, you'll know that convenience is key. Anything that you don't have to faff with, anything that you can just pull out of a pocket, press the top button, start recording, then you could just sync that stuff using the app, or just fire it to a Dropbox, get somebody remotely to edit it for you, have a sleep, wake up, it's already done as a podcast. I think that's killer. That's a killer thing. If we could do stuff inside of the app that sends this to Anchor, that would be a game changer for me. Finally, last two things today is Blue Sky Boardwalks 360 Angler Pedal Drive Fishing Kayak Forest Camo, $3,500. But look at this bad boy. You've got like two kayak boat things on the outside edge. You've got like a little chair in the front there. You've got like little pedals on the side. This thing is ready. Like if you live somewhere where you've got a little pond or a little lake and there's a little island in the middle of the lake, this is like the business to just like get out there, do a bit of fishing, or just to get across the river to get to that little island. And the website design is super slick, by the way. I kind of really dig that. Final one today then, the GoSun Grill, €600. It uses solar to collect the solar energy from the sun, obviously, and you can bake, boil, or steam a meal for 8 people. So you can just take that center unit there with that little like container and just fill that up with food, chicken, veg, whatever, and then you just literally it's almost like a energy capsule for some kind of hyperdrive or something. It looks super well made as well, and this thing gets stupid hot because obviously it's capturing the sunshine, and that middle area is going to be absolutely like electric hot. Yeah, I dig that, and the price isn't too bad, you know. 600 euros, about 450 quid, 500 quid. I think this is ideal, especially for teaching your kids a little bit about solar power. All right, that's it for the 10 today. If you've never used the site before, if you're coming in from DLive or YouTube or any other decentralized video host where I put this video, this is what it looks like. Steemhunt.com. Looks like in July 2018. On the right hand side is where all the hunts are. If you click through, they appear on the left. The white button takes you through to the hunt. If you want to add your own, just log in with your Steam account, fill out all the details. It can be done as quickly as like 5 minutes, and then that posts it to your Steam blockchain blog. But it also goes on the Steemhunt.com website, where people can comment, upvote. If you get into the top 10 when the bid bot runs, which is probably about an hour after Korean time, midnight, because we roll over every 24 hours, that can get quite a hefty bid, and you can do quite well out of it if you post a quality post. And you have to read the guidelines to be able to understand what is a quality post on Steemhunt. I am working on a course. I'm taking far too long over it, I realize that, but I will get to it. That's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that. If there's anything you think I should change in this show, it's not really a show, but it's kind of an update. If there's anything you think I should change, let me know, and I'll get back to you. Cheers. Bye.